So, welcome and welcome back to the Bummy Podcast. This is your girl Mara, and I'm doing this intro because I think I might be splitting out the Emily in Paris review, which you will be seeing after these messages. I'm just kidding. After this, I feel, I need to cut it out because it's gonna be long if I'm doing the Black Panther review after I watch it. So, this is the intro. I hope you enjoy my review. It's going all over the place, and if you don't like all over the place, and if you don't like spoilers, I suggest you do not watch it. Thank you. Enjoy. My leg is cramping up. Maybe I should go. I'm just kidding. I didn't eat breakfast, but it's okay. It's okay. I'd rather make this video and then eat, I guess, or whatever. Okay, we're gonna talk about the show that I was gonna talk about. Obviously, I went to Paris recently. If you saw the Bummy podcast of the other ones, the ones before this, the previous Bummy podcast, if you saw them, that means you know that they are about me going to Paris. So let's talk about this show that I watched after I came back called Emily in Paris. Oh my goodness. Every time, first of all, the only show that was like fashion design, whatever, that I liked was Jane by Design, and ABC Family, who changed their name to Freeform, thinking I know who you is. You can kiss my ass, okay? Because you canceling that show was some BS. And at like a cliffhanger. It was like at that and the Lion Game, they canceled it at like the best part. Kiss ass. Anyways, let's talk about this this show. If you're gonna watch it, don't listen. Don't listen. Click away. Leave. Goodbye. Because there's gonna be a lot of spoilers. So basically, what had happened is there's a girl named Emily. I believe she worked in a like fashion what are they called? Lord Jesus. Marketing? Like she did marketing for designers. I don't know, man. It's been a little bit since I watched it. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, let me just be honest. 99% of the people in this movie, hoes. Like, Cammy, I feel like Cammy was very non-hoish because Cammy was not with everybody. You know what I mean? Like, Cammy actually cared. Oh my god, that's what he looks like now? Wow, the pictures is throwing me out. Cammy is too nice because Cammy was with Gabrielle, this is what you look like now. That's crazy. Anyways, Cammy, okay, this is basically the show. I'm gonna explain the show to you. So, Emily worked in Chicago, and her boss was supposed to move to Paris to work with the people. Like, they have a branch in Paris, but like the headquarters is in Chicago. I think that's where it was, Chicago. Anyways, I believe it was in Chicago. So she lived in Chicago. She was like, was she the assistant? I think she might have been the assistant to the manager, or she was just like the best employee. I don't know. I don't even remember anybody else that was working there. But yeah, so she basically worked there. The boss happened to be pregnant. When she was literally about to leave, she found out she was preggers because she was like, blah, 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 blah. And then like, she was like, wait a minute. She took a test. She found out she was preggers. So the boss was supposed to go to Paris, right? So to replace that, they sent Emily. Like I think the boss was the one that decided, Madeline, that was her name. Madeline decided to send Emily to Paris, to basically go there and help them out and give them an American point of view, is what they said. Something like that, right? So the manager at the Paris location, her name is Sylvie. Very hoish, I'm not gonna lie. But she's like, I'm gonna go all over the place. I'll talk about, I guess, each character later. Anyway, so her name was Sylvie. So in Paris, Sylvie had co-workers. The most dialogue were Luke, who was very old, in my opinion, and then Julian, and then the other people never really talked that much personally. So basically what happened was she came, they didn't really like, especially Sylvie, she didn't really like her. She didn't want her to be there. They just like didn't want her there. One, because she doesn't even speak French. And I don't know if you know those, but people in France are very, very prideful. Like, they want you to speak some sort of French. But me no habla. Only habla español un poquito más. Not really. I don't even speak Spanish that much. But yeah, like, they really want you to be able to speak some sort of French. So she did not speak any French. She was taking French classes while she was there. And then along the way, she met Mindy, who was probably like the calmest person in the whole show. Honestly, she wasn't hoeing around. There was one guy she liked, blah blah blah. She wasn't a all over the place, you know. But Emma Lee was living in this, like, they gave her this apartment or whatever, and it's like at the top. Her place is at the top. They don't have an elevator because Paris is full of old buildings. I'm surprised the building we were in had an elevator. It was a small elevator, but it was an elevator, thank God. And so basically in the movie, she was like, she didn't know that apparently in Paris, like, the first floor is not called the first floor. It's called the ground floor, I think, something like that. And then it goes first floor, second floor, third, which is so weird. I honestly agreed with her on that. That was stupid. So when she was counting, she thought she was on the right floor. I think her floor is the 5th floor. Technically the 6th floor if we're going by American views. So she basically counted and she was like, oh, I'm here. And then the guy, who was it? Somebody came to help her. Oh, it was Gabrielle? That's hilarious. I did not think that. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, who was it? There was a guy. It wasn't the co-workers. Anyways, so basically, Gabrielle was helping her. And he was telling her, like, where her room is, whatever. By the way, he has a girlfriend and she has a boyfriend. Just letting you know. So anyways, he helps her up. He also lives in the building, and his floor is the 4th floor if we're going by the show. And so basically he helps her move in. He tells her we don't have elevators, so they had to literally bring all her stuff up the stairs. It was a lot. But yeah, so she's used to, you know, here in our galaxy, we go to work early. Apparently in Paris, they're not really about like work. They're more about like chill work. So she got to work early. Or I think that day, I don't know if she got to work early or not. Anyways, she got to work. She was meeting Sylvie and Julian and Luke, and they, like, Sylvie didn't really like her, basically, because she couldn't even speak French. But, you know, she had to stay there. After a while, they warmed up, blah, blah, blah. I'm not gonna tell you the whole thing, play by play. Anyways, she met a nanny named Mindy at the park. She basically is super rich in her country. I don't remember where that is, but somewhere in Asia. But she basically is super rich, and her technically her family is super rich. She literally says that. But yeah, so she has a lot of moolah, but she was basically disowned by the dad because she didn't want to study what he wanted her to study, which was like being a doctor or something. I really don't know. But she didn't want to do that, so she just like she was going to school in Paris. She dropped out, and then she just became a nanny. And so she meets her at a park, I believe. Emily was at a park, and then she meets Mindy. They become friends, right? And then I think in like a different episode, she meets Cammy, who she didn't know was Gabrielle's girlfriend. So she meets her, and they like I think she was trying to do like the kiss they do on the cheek, but then they accidentally like kissed. And then she didn't like Cammy didn't care, but Emily felt like, oh, wow, oh my gosh, she just like kissed me. But yeah, so they become friends, and because the floor shit is like messing with her, which is stupid because you're on the top floor. If there's still stairs, you keep going up, girl. Stupid. But anyways, she thought she was on the right floor. She knocks on, or she tries to open the door because she thinks that's her apartment or whatever. And then like Gabrielle comes out, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, blah blah blah. This happens a couple of times. They start having feelings for each other, blah blah blah, right? Then I think they kissed or something. And then she found out that he has a girlfriend, and his girlfriend happens to be her friend that she literally just met. So Cammy doesn't know any of this. She's trying to hang out with her boyfriend and Emily, and it's just hella awkward because they literally kissed. I really feel like it was before she found out before she found out he had a girlfriend. I hope so. But to be honest with you, Emily is a big because the reason I say that, like way after, and I don't know, like a different season or whatever, Cammy decides to take her to her family's vineyard or whatever you want to call it, and she was telling her, like, I think she had a feeling that they liked each other. She didn't know about the kiss, but she felt like they liked each other. So she was literally trying to set her up with her brother. So she was telling her, oh, like my brother's coming back from school or whatever. Like she was saying stuff like that, like her brother works at the place, and like Emily had no idea that Cammy's brother is not just older, but she also has a younger brother. You already know where this is going. Anyway, so Emily, being the hoe that she is, she decides, I think they like sent Gabrielle and her to go get groceries or something, and she was like, actually, I'm just gonna go look around the vineyard. I think she came because like the parents wanted to have a marketing team, and like she was trying to get her workplace to market the wine they were making, something like that. I think that's why she came with them. Anyways, so she's like, I'm just gonna go look at the vineyard. He's like, whatever, because like she keeps saying like, we can't be together, and he's like, we're just going grocery shopping. Even though he knew he liked her, even though she knew they like, y'all are ass. Anyways, so long story short, she goes to the vineyard, she meets the brother, and like they're flirting or whatever, and so yeah, they're flirting or whatever. He's doing a competition with like all the people that are there to look at the vineyard, and her, and like she won, whatever, blah 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 blah. Let's skip to dinner. So they're having dinner, the whole family. He's there. Apparently the men are the ones that serve wine, which I did not know that. Like, the women aren't supposed to serve themselves wine, which I didn't know that. But anyways, the brother was serving her wine because she wanted wine. And like, she doesn't just, she like chugs. It's not, you can't chug it. That's weird. But yeah, anyway, so she was doing all that. They were getting drunk. You know, they finished dinner. She's in her room and she hears, I don't know if it's, I think it's Gabrielle and Cammy arguing or something like that. So she leaves the home and she goes sits next to the pool. And then the brother comes and he sits next to her. They was drinking, he was groping, they was doing the nasty. Anyways, the next morning, she got a hickey on her neck. She goes to breakfast, right? And come to find out, there's a guy at the chair, at the table. And she's like, oh, who is this? And she goes, oh, this is my brother that I was talking about. Huh? What do you mean? She was like, what do you mean? And then the little brother comes and he kisses her in front of everybody. Come to find out, homie's 17 years old. So Gabrielle and Cammy are laughing because they're like, damn, she really just like slept with my little brother. Like, she's a big hole. So they're laughing, and then the mom is shocked. So she's like, I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you. So she takes Emily. She was asking her if her son was good. I was like, what in the freak kind of freaky mother? Like, this whole family ain't right. But anyways, apparently he was telling her he's done with university, and like in Paris, university is just high school or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, needless to say, she literally slept with the little brother, and they were literally trying to set her up with the older brother. Very weird, very creepy, but anyways, that happened. Everybody was making fun of her, and then they leave. Emily, Cammy, and Gabrielle, they're leaving. So the car is very small, so she's literally sitting on Gabrielle's lap. They did this when they were getting there and they were going back. That was very weird to me because Cammy wanted to drive. I think it's her car, so she was driving. It was very weird. But anyways, so she goes back to work, blah blah blah. A whole lot was going on. There's a guy they represent named I'm not even gonna pronounce it. Anyways, he has really nothing to do with a lot, but yeah, it's really long because it's 2 seasons, 7 seasons. It really felt long. It's 2 seasons, but a whole lot was happening. And then like she met this guy named Alfie at her French class because she was supposed to be in French too, but because she wasn't very good, the French teacher was like, no, you're actually still in French 1. So she met this guy named Alfie. They were partners. He was really more like, I'm into my work, and she was more like, I'm trying to get this class done. But he didn't really care about the class, so he wasn't the best partner that you can have in a class. But yeah, they started having feelings for each other, blah blah blah. They're together. Before all this happened, I just remembered. Before all this happened, Emily, the hoe that she is, Gabrielle was gonna move back home. He wasn't born in Paris, so he was gonna move back home somewhere in France. I don't know where the place was, to be honest with you, but he was gonna move. And Cammy's family was willing to buy the restaurant because I think the manager was selling the restaurant and Gabrielle couldn't afford it, so he couldn't stay there. So he was gonna like go home and buy a restaurant there and like do what he wanted to do back home. But Cammy's family was like, oh, we can like buy it for you, but he didn't want to be like in debt or whatever with them. And so he was like, I'm leaving, blah blah blah. So tell me why he's about to leave. Cammy gets mad because he doesn't want to like talk it out, whatever. So Cammy goes back to where her family is, somewhere in France again, where the vineyard is. So Cammy goes back. Emily is like saying goodbye to Gabrielle. I think they had some sort of dinner they had to attend with a client named Anthony, who Sylvia was sleeping with, by the way, and the wife knows. What the freak. Anyways, so apparently they were having dinner there. So it was his last night. She was supposed to book actually a different restaurant, but she couldn't. So she asked, oh my gosh, she asked Gabrielle for help, and he was like, yeah, fine, whatever, you can come. He didn't say that, I'm just saying that. Anyways, so she comes, they eat there, blah blah blah. She says, this is my friend. Everybody knows that they like each other. It's so freaking weird. But yeah, so he's like, oh, he was saying, oh, this is my last time. And Anthony, who has Moolah, was like, oh, that's so sad. Like, we really need a chef like you in this place, or something like that. He says some stupid shit like that. Anywho, everybody's leaving, blah, blah, blah. And, she's saying, I think she was gonna say goodbye. Was that when Alfie was there? I'm not gonna lie, I really don't remember. I don't know if this was before or after she met Alfie. Cause it happened twice. Jesus, girl, you was oh. Anywho, I think this is before she met Alfie. So she's like, oh, she's gonna be sad that he's going, blah blah blah. She says goodbye, and then she no, they kiss. She gives him a goodbye kiss. Somehow they ended up sleeping together. Of course, she literally like sleeping with everybody she sees. If it's a guy that's walking, she's sleeping with them. I think there was another guy that she met at a party. I don't know if she slept with him or not. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. It should have been Emily hoeing in Paris. Literally at this point. But yeah, so she slept with Gabrielle, and this is after she knew that Cammy and him are together, and like Cammy left because he was literally like leaving, so like what's the point? He doesn't want to talk to her, blah blah blah. So she left. Come to find out, after this sleeping and stuff, Anthony approaches Gabrielle, and he's like, I will be like a shareholder or whatever. Like, he was basically willing to buy the restaurant for him, and he can be the chef and he'll be the manager or something like that, right? So he decides to stay. After he slept with Emily, he decides to stay. Cammy comes back and she's like, this is so weird. Like, he didn't even tell me he's staying, blah, blah, blah. Which, girl, I understand. But what you did after that, I don't get it. I'm not with it, and I would never be. So basically, she decides to stay with him. So she's like, oh, I'm in love with him, girl. And then she was getting the feeling that he likes somebody else. That's why he stayed for somebody else, blah, blah, blah. And, I think before they slept together, actually, he brought her his iron skillet that he cooked food for her. I forgot. Oh my goodness. He had cooked food for her and she was in his apartment. After she found out Cammy was his girlfriend. I swear she's a big, big hoe. Anyways, So apparently that all happened. And Cammy has a feeling that he stayed for somebody else. He didn't stay for her. He didn't, like, just something does not feel right, right? So apparently, obviously she's his girlfriend. She knows that he adores this iron skillet, and she was like, he would never let. I think this was when Cammy invited Emily to hang out with her friends at a sauna, like a public sauna. Bruh, that shit was so weird. Titties were out. People don't care. At this point, they was butt naked. Like, Emily was the only one dressed in the sauna. They was bum naked. Like, these people don't give a damn. Anywho, and there they were talking about, oh, like, he would never let anybody touch his iron skillet. Mind you, he gave it to Emily when he thought he was leaving. That's freaking creepy. So I think, like, Mindy had a show or something, and because she wanted to be a singer, she's actually really good at singing, so I think she had a performance or whatever, so they were all gonna meet up. So Cammy had come over, and mind you, Emily has that iron skillet just out and about, just sitting there. And so Cammy was like, oh, Gabrielle had a skillet like this, and she was like, oh, you know, all skillets look alike. Girl, you know damn well and this was after she slept with him. This was after she kissed him multiple times. Like, you is a big hoe. Like, it is your friend. At this point, you know they're together. The first kiss, fine. It could be both of their faults. You are out here sleeping with somebody's man, y'all. And I'm not saying he's not in the wrong. They're both in the wrong. Cammy should have beat the shit out of both of them. So anyways, they go to this thing to watch Mindy, blah 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 blah, right? So let's skip over. I think, what was it? I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was Emily's birthday. Yeah, it was Emily's birthday. And so they decide to have a little party or whatever for Emily. And like right in front of the building. So, you know, they're getting ready, whatever. Cammy comes to help set up. Mindy was living with Emily. And so, you know, they were, like, Mindy decided to do this. So they set up right in front of the building, in the middle. There's like a water fountain in front of the building. And so Gabrielle obviously offers to make the cake and all that. So they're setting up. They eat. It's Sylvie, Luke, Mindy, Gabrielle, Cammy, and Emily. So basically, Emily's trying to get Gabrielle and Cammy together. So she's like invited both of them. Girl, anyways, so this is her way of trying to get them back together. And I believe Julian could not make it because he had to help one of their clients, which I cannot pronounce his name, so I'm not even gonna try. But he was like one of their top clients, so he was not able to make it, and he was beefing it with Emily anyways, but he was still gonna go, but he couldn't because he had to help this client. So at the moment, it's just Emily, Gabrielle, Cammy, Mindy, Sylvie, and Luke. So they eat dinner, everything is good. And then I think they cut the cake or something, and Cammy was like, oh, we need to get the bottle, I'll go get it. So she goes to Emily's place, she opens the door, she gets the bottle, she sees the iron skillet. Something in her was like, look at it, he has his name engraved on it, so let's see if this is his. She picks it up, she turns it over. Of course. Oh my gosh. No! That is a suspense right there. I think the battery died. It really turned off at a good part too. That's the funny part. Anyways, so basically she looks and she turns it off. How did they know I was going to do this, huh? That was the perfect timing. Anyways, she picks it up, she turns it over, she looks at it, and lo and behold, whose name is engraved? Not Emily's. It's Gabrielle. So she's like, he gave her the freaking iron skillet that he wouldn't let anybody touch. So she comes out. I think she puts the bottle down or something. Oh yeah, she brings the bottle. Everybody's about to drink, and she's like, I like to make a toast. I like to make a toast. And she goes something along the lines of basically like, oh, Emily is this, Emily is this, Emily is that. Emily, like, you know, Emily is kind, Emily is this, Emily is that. And then she was like, and then she decided to sleep with my boyfriend. And then, you know, she said what she had to say, and she walks away. She's like, this is some disrespectful stuff. So what does Emily do? She tries to follow her, and she's like, no, leave me alone. Goodbye. And so they're sitting there awkward as hell. Like, everybody's awkward as hell. Sylvie already knew this was happening. I think at the dinner, if I'm not mistaken. Because, of course, it takes one to know one. Sylvie is a hoe, too. She was sleeping with the clients. She was sleeping with this and that. She was sleeping with the photographer guy. And he was super young, too. And, like, she was trying to make him the photographer. She was sleeping with literally the whole town. I feel like, if I'm comparing it, Sylvie is married. Her husband knows she does this. Apparently, in France, they just be hoeing. So Emily coming from Chicago doing this hoe stuff. Wow. You really learned the ways of the people, huh? But yeah, no, like Emily is so wrong for that. I feel like Cami should not be near any of them. And mind you, like Cami literally is being not sponsored. What did it be called? Like Emily's workplace is literally working with her, so that is so awkward when she had to come, blah blah blah. And she was saying like, I want to do my business in French because she didn't want Emily to be in it, and Emily could not speak French like that, so she literally couldn't do any of that. And then Cami tells her parents like way later after it all happened, and the mom was like basically telling her like to keep Emily close or something, so like they made up, and then I think this was around the time she met Alfie, I guess in the second class, whatever. And then, you know, of course she was sleeping with Alfie too. Who is Emily not sleeping with would be the great question, because who is Emily sleeping with? Everybody, literally everybody. But yeah, that was that. And I think even Alfie was also thinking like there's something going on between them, but Gabrielle like reassures him that they are just friends. And then like later Alfie finds out that I think like one of the workers, I don't know if it was Luke or I think it was Luke. It was either Luke or Julian. One of them had, not intentionally, I think it's Luke. I think he was just saying stupid shit, and like he had mentioned to Alfie that Emily and Gabrielle had a thing, which she never told Alfie. So like he literally looks stupid, right? So he catches them. I think Gabrielle was trying to like wipe something off her lip, which I don't freaking know why people be doing that. If you're not with your significant other, stop doing that. Oh, you have something on your lip, wipe it off. Why the freak am I going like, what? These people are weird. So anyways, Alfie's like, yeah, this ain't it. Like, she literally out here trying to make me look like a fool. So Alfie dipped. Alfie was like, I'm not with this. I'm not about to be out here being played by you, basically. So he left. Also, while this is going on, the pregnant Chicago manager decides to come make Sylvie's life hell, talking about, I'm the manager, I know what's best, we should take on this client, this and this and that. And Sylvie's trying to tell her, like, look, like, the other client is not gonna be happy, blah blah blah. And then, like, at some party, the manager, Madeline, the preggers lady, she finds out that Sylvie has been sleeping with Anthony, and that's why Anthony still is being charged the price that he was being charged, like, when he first started, which was a long time ago. So, like, they never upped the price for him. So, Madeline Preggers is getting angry. She's basically saying, like, we need to fire Sylvie. Sylvie gets her husband. That does not give a damn that she's sleeping around, because I think he probably does too. I don't know. But anyways, she gets her husband. Her husband literally signs over. Like, her husband owns a lot, so he has a lot of moolah. So she basically has him sign over, like, money for her to start a new company. And after the show, where Melinda was like, we need to sign this guy, the guy that they signed, they did, like, this big show for him, and the number one client was there to, like, make up with him. And then he comes and he talks to Melinda, and he tells her, like, the whole time I was with you guys, you didn't do nothing like this for me, so I'm not gonna be with you, right? So he literally, like, quits. And then she turns, the audacity she has, as if Sylvie didn't tell her this was gonna happen. She turns to Sylvie and she's like, I thought you said he was good. And then she said, no, I said I will have him come, but I never said that, why does my teeth look like that? I'm just tripping. Anyways, she said, I never, said that, he wasn't gonna be angry. I already told you he was, like, she literally told her he was gonna be angry. As a hoe that she is, Sylvie is really good at her job. So if she tells you such and such is gonna happen, listen to Sylvie. So anyways, Miss Preggers is like, very angry, and then Sylvie basically tells her that, like, don't worry, like, you don't gotta fire me, I'm quitting. And then Luke and Julian were like, I'm gonna quit too, obviously, because they're literally, like, been together the whole time, so they're not about to, like, work for this lady from Chicago that's preggers, changing everything because she thinks she knows best. And so now the whole office is empty because they had left, and Emily and Melinda are the only ones, Preggers and Emily are the only ones there. And she's like, we can just hire new people. And she's basically making Emily become the assistant because there's literally nobody there to do anything. Then Sylvie offers Emily, Sylvie, Luke, and Julian sitting together, they offer her basically to come work with them. And they're gonna start a new whatever, and that, you know, their number one client is gonna be with them, and, like, all the other clients, because they know them, they're gonna go with them. So basically, like, Melinda is not gonna have anybody. Madeline. I don't know why I called her Melinda. Madeline is not gonna have anybody. Miss Preggers is not gonna have anybody because she did this to herself. She thought that she knew more than the people that live there. They literally live there. And the company has been running good because they're running it. So that all happened. And like I said, Alfie decided to leave Emily. So Emily decides that, okay, fine, I guess this is my... by the way, when Cami and Emily was making the truce, they were basically saying, like, neither of us are going to be with Gabrielle. they made that truce. And Mindy was saying like, that's so stupid. That's so stupid. You guys made like a truce. If you like him, like, tell him, right? So Emily's like, you're right. You know, she doesn't know if she's gonna stay in Paris or not, blah blah blah, but she got offered this position to work with Sylvie and Luke and Julian and everybody else. So she's like contemplating on if she should stay in Paris or not. So I think she decided to stay in Paris, and she goes to tell Gabrielle that she likes him or whatever, that she loves him. I don't know what the freak. I don't like this lovey-dovey triangle BS. So she comes, she knocks on his door, and she's like, let me speak, blah blah blah. And then she like basically confessing her love to him. Mind you, in the room with headphones is who? None other than Cammy. And apparently I think this was when she came to Cammy's vineyard again for, I think for like, because they had put her, the mom decided to put her back on to work for them. And so I believe, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, she left early because, you know, the little brother that she slept with was out here telling his friends. They were like, oh look, this is the girl, this is the girl. And then what was it? And then she just wasn't feeling comfortable being there, so she decided to leave early. And so Gabrielle and Cammy actually had some time together, which is exactly what she wanted. Oh yeah, okay, so this is what happened. They were trying to shoot something. The dad had I'm not gonna sponsor anybody, but the dad, let's just say this, like, you can't see it, let's just say this is a bottle, and he was trying to open it. So they were trying to find cool ways to open their wine bottles, and so he was using a sword, and he went like this, and I think like they didn't get it or something, so like he's just going like this, and like I think like the 5th time he opened it, he cut his finger. So blood sprayed everywhere. Cammy fainted. And the mom answered the phone when Gabrielle found out that the dad was in the hospital. So the mom is like, oh, you know, you should probably come by, blah blah blah. Like she like over exaggerated what was really going on. So he basically comes because, you know, they've been like family, like they literally been knowing each other before Emily came. Like they all knew each other for a long time. So he comes, he's trying to comfort, you know, his ex-girlfriend. And I think that's why like Emily felt uncomfortable, whatever. So she left early. And you know, the mom was happy. The mom was happy. She was outside like, bye. Like, that's exactly what I wanted. And so they spent time together there. So I think this is when this happened. So let's get back to when Emily's outside the door. She's literally confessing her love to this nigga. And she's like saying all these things. Cammy has headphones on inside of his apartment. And there's boxes everywhere. And so like Cammy comes out and she's like, oh my gosh, Emily, you're here. And she hugs her. And then she's like, oh, like, I'm moving in. Like, they basically got back together and she's moving in. Which is so weird because me personally, if somebody cheated on me, I'm not coming back to them. I don't know if she's doing it because she actually wants to be with him, or if she is just like trying to mess the fact that like Gabrielle and Emily might be together. I really don't know. But me personally, Cammy, I wouldn't do it. I would not do it. But she did it. She did it. Oh my gosh, it's about to be 1. I need to eat. Anyways, so that's what happened. And I think it ended on like, is she gonna stay or not? I think something like that. So season 3 comes out when? never mind. It says Emily in Paris season 3 is not coming to Netflix in November. So is it coming in a different But this was 2 days ago that it said it's not happening. God, fuzzy everywhere. While it's not coming in November, Emily in Paris will be released on Wednesday. Oh, it is? Okay, I thought they canceled it. I was like, do you see what I mean? Everybody cancels everything I watch. This is why I just watch whatever. But yeah, me personally, Tommy, I wouldn't do that. I would not get back together with somebody that cheated on me, because cheaters are cheaters. But anyways, that's pretty much the show. I probably might take this segment out and put it on its own, and then have the Little Mermaid and the Black Panther and like the review of the Black Panther after I watch it, after or before this one. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching. I think I need to go eat breakfast. It's literally about to be 1. Me personally, I don't like anybody in that show. Maybe like Mindy. Everybody else, I'm not with it. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you have a wonderful bummy day. That's it. I have nothing else to say. Don't be like Emily. Be like me. I'm just kidding. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. I don't like being influenced. Don't be influenced by me. Just enjoy and keep it pushing. All right. Thank you. Bye.